from Brittany Loves Reading, and this weekend is Peace Talks. I'm very excited for Peace Talks. Peace Talks actually have already started, and I think you've seen a little bit of B-roll from last night when Peace Talks started. They started at 8 p.m. for me and are going to run till 8 p.m. on Sunday. Peace Talks, if you don't know, is part of Realmathon, and for Realmathon this year, I am on Team Cyrus, which is the romance team. This weekend, I want to get through some of the contemporary romances that are on my TBR or that are on my radar. I have 4 books that I've picked. I very highly doubt I will get to 4 in a 48-hour time period. You never know, but that is certainly not my expectation. I would ideally like to get 2 or 3 done. If I can do that, I'll be pretty happy. I've already started one, obviously, because Peace Talk started last night and I started reading right at 8 o'clock with Cassidy and all of the people on sprints. And the book that I started with is a book that I first read during my Try a Chapter a couple months ago. I read the first 2 chapters in the Try Chapter, really liked it, and for various reasons, mostly just not having the time to continue, I haven't continued. So it's been sitting with a bookmark at chapter 2 since that happened. So I figured this was the best time to actually continue this book and finally read it, because I really did enjoy the first 2 chapters that I read. And that is Hani and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating by Adaba Jagadar. So this is a YA romance that follows Hani and Issue. Hani has come out as bisexual to her friends, and they actually do not believe her. They say that she's probably confused because she's only ever dated men, and how could she actually know she's bisexual if she hasn't dated a woman? So Hani says that she is dating Issue, who is another girl that goes to their school. Issue agrees to this fake dating scheme because Issue wants to become head girl for various reasons, but mostly to please her parents. Hani is very popular, and Issue thinks that Hani's popularity can help her win the title of head girl in their school. They start a fake dating romance. I love fake dating, and we see their various struggles with that concept. I'm already 198 pages through this book, so I'm actually over halfway. I'm hoping to knock this out this morning and come back to you with my thoughts fairly soon after this, 1 or 2 hours from now, and then start on my second book. I'd love to get through 1.5 books today and like 1.5 books tomorrow. That will leave me finishing 3 books over the 48 hours. Again, maybe I'm being too ambitious, but that is my goal. This is reading very fast because it is YA. YA obviously reads faster than adult, and honestly, romance reads really fast, and all the books that I have on my radar for this weekend are romance. So that should help me get through these books a little bit faster, just because I find romance reads faster. Anyway, I'm gonna go try and finish this book, and I will be back with you with my thoughts when I'm done. So it is Sunday, it is day 2 of Peace Talks, and I have finished Hani and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating. This was a fantastic story. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really enjoyed the writing style of this book. I also really enjoyed the Bengali culture showed in this book, as both of our main characters are Bengali, as well as the dive into the Muslim religion, as Hani is Muslim. I really enjoyed learning about those different cultural aspects of both of those things, as well as I felt like it brought a lot to the story and the atmosphere of the story. Really enjoyed all of that. So I think I said in the beginning of this that this follows, like I said, Hani and Issue. They're obviously doing a fake dating scheme, but Hani enters into this because her friends are not believing that she is bisexual. There's a huge amount of biphobia from her friends. It's a lot. And really, as we see this friend group progress, we realize that is not the only issue with these friends. These friends infuriated me. Like, I did not like these friends. You're not supposed to, but no ma'am. There was a lot of racism shown in this book, and it is tackled, but for a long time, Hani really just takes it. She wants to be accepted, and she feels like these people are her friends. She's known them since she was very young, but they're not accepting of her culture, of her religion. They make comments that are clearly unaccepting, lots of microaggressions, and also much more overt things as well. So also this school is got a lot of issues in that regard as well. Our two main characters go to an all-girls school, and there is a moment where a white student accuses one of our main characters of committing something that would be against the school's code of conduct, and is instantly believed, and really harsh things are brought against our main character. It turns out that it was actually the white student who did these things and not one of our main characters. And instead of getting an equal punishment, it was very much swept under the rug. And that really wasn't addressed at all in the book. I mean, it was to some extent, but it really was these characters just kind of having to put up with this overt racism that was against them. And that was really startling to read. I'm sure it's actually very true to circumstances for a lot of people of color, but it was hard to read at times. That being said, I loved this book. I love the writing style. I'm so glad I read this, and I definitely want to read more books by this author. That being said, it is Sunday, and I don't think I'm going to get 2 more books in for Peace Talks because life has been a little bit busier this weekend than I anticipated. You know, you understand. Life can happen, and it has. This weekend I've been very busy. But I do want to get 1 more book in for Peace Talks, so I'm going to try and start and finish another book today, and that is going to be Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I actually put a poll up on Instagram and asked what should my second book for Peace Talks be, and this is what was chosen. I'm very excited to read this. I read my first Talia Hibbert over the holidays with Mary Inkmas and really wanted to pick this up soon. I've heard great things. And apparently this is just going to be a YA romance weekend, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I actually already started this. I am 76 pages in, just because I wanted to kind of get a feel for the book so that I could come tell you what it was about. Basically, this follows Celine and Bradley. Celine and Bradley used to be friends, and for some reason, they are no longer friends anymore. They're both in their senior year of high school. I don't quite know at this point what happened to make them not friends. I'm assuming it will eventually come out in the book, but I don't know what it is. Now they are academic rivals at their high school. They both want to go on to kind of high careers and go to prestigious universities and do all those kinds of things. Celine signs up for a wilderness and leadership retreat that she thinks will look good on her applications, as well as help her get recommendations from the people who put on this retreat. For various reasons, Bradley takes her to the introduction meeting for this retreat. He sees what it's all about and decides to sign up as well because they are offering a full ride scholarship to your university if you win one of the 3 slots. This pits them against each other in the war to win one of these 3 spots, and they go to this wilderness survival retreat to do just that. That is pretty much where I am at in this book, and I don't have a whole lot of thoughts just yet because I'm only 70 pages in. But I'm pretty sure I can knock this out today. It's reading very quickly, and I will talk to you soon when I finish reading this book. So I have finished Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. This one I'm going to give 3 stars. This was fine. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it, but for me it was just okay, middle of the road. There was nothing that I disliked about it, but there was nothing that I was really enthralled with while I was reading this book. I did like the mental health rep in this book. Talia Hibbert is known for excellent mental health rep in her characters, so that was not surprising to me. And there was excellent mental health rep for a couple of different types of mental health. Our main male character has OCD and suffers from that, as well as our main female character has some anxiety and also trauma from a past relationship. So it did not surprise me at all to see mental health rep in this book, and I loved that part of the book. The characters were perfectly fine. I know this is YA, but for me, the characters were very YA. But I think one of the reasons that I didn't enjoy that YA feel was the amount of internal dialogue in this book. We spend a good portion of this book in the internal monologue of both of these characters, and that is not my favorite way of reading a romance story. I never usually like that concept. And that is how a lot of this is written, is an internal dialogue of, should maybe I tell her that I like her, or will she not like me back? And that's never my kind of thing. I know it happens in romance a lot, but it's just not my cup of tea. This also has quite a few pop culture references, and I am not a fan of pop culture references in books. I feel like it ages the book. Right now, obviously, all these references make sense because it is a new release, but in about 5 years, I feel like this is going to really have an age to this book. There's TikTok, there's Kanye, there's lots of pop culture references in this book that I could have done without. So there's some things that I liked about this book. I liked the mental health rep, liked the writing style, had a really good time reading it, like it was a fun time. But like I said, there was a few things that were not my favorite. The pop culture references, the amount of internal dialogue going on in this book. Those things, not my favorite. With all that being said, I'm going to give this a 3-star rating. Anyway, that is the end of this vlog and the end of Peace Talks. Peace Talks is over very shortly. I'm cutting it very close to finish this book, but I did it. I read 2 books for Peace Talks. Would have loved to have read more, but that is not how this weekend went. But I at least read 2 books. I had a fun time. I've loved dropping into all the sprints and can't wait to see what else I can read for Realmathon as the rest of this month continues. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.